Welcome to the GSL. We've seen a lot of interesting games so far. Today is going to be the final game for the first half.
That's right.
Of these Code S games.
Don't worry, guys. We have a whole nother group coming up after this.
Settle down, guys. We're figuring out, now I want more. You'll get more. Sheesh.
I hate it when they do that.
I hate it when they do that. All right, our map is Xel'Naga Caverns. It is Byun against MVP. Now, Byun had some pretty scary turn versus Terran. He manhandled SC. Can he do it to MVP, though? That is a big question. MVP is pretty scary.
He is.
Let's see what happens. Head-to-head, Byun against MVP.
Xel'Naga Caverns.
Xel'Naga Caverns here at the GSL. And we're off. Over here in the upper right, player who just slayed SC Foyu, making it look easy. Can he do it this game against MVP? He is. Come on, girl at the beach, where are you? Thank you. Now down to the bottom left. Nicknamed the Game Genie Terran. Also defeating SC in Terran vs. Terran previously.
I am MVP.
Don't splash me with the water. It's cold.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Refinery first.
Yep. Byun getting very quick tech, it looks like, this game.
Thank you, Pepsi and G-Skill. You know why. A wink at him.
Well, Rax first for MVP. Will he get a gas? I don't know. We'll see.
He like takes another gas. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? Oh, now we don't have a gas yet here from.
No, I think we
MVP.
might be seeing a one barracks expansion. Definitely a possibility.
Might be bad against the player who goes gas first. He's going to have units that are dangerous out sooner than normal.
Yeah, if he goes for one of these Hellion builds, especially an MMA style Hellion build that contains you for a bit, MVP will not be able to get down that ramp for a very long time. A very long time, Tasteless. Perhaps too long.
Ooh. Now here comes the SCV. MVP's game timing should be good enough that he's like, wait a minute. That's a late barracks. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, I think he... Oh, now he sees that. He realizes, okay, I'm against quick tech. I'm going for a one barracks expand. And I'm sure he knows, how to deal with this. This is not that uncommon a build from Byun.
No, it's not. It's like really common.
In fact, if he's not going for a Hellion build, if he's going for something just like perhaps a Banshee, no cloak, then MVP's build is going to be quite fine against it.
Yeah.
Quite fine indeed. Well,
we're going to have to see how MVP responds.
Early game TVT is so fun. We just sit here, so like, well, there's two things he could be doing, so we sit there and wait, and then we're like, he's doing this.
He's doing one of them.
And the starport going out for Byun. So it does look like it will be just a Banshee without cloak. How good will his Micro be against MVP Marines?
Well, it'll be pretty tough. MVP's pretty good with those Marines.
But he's actually only going 2 barracks, and then he's already gotten his second gas. Interesting. So he's going to tech up pretty quickly as well.
You know what he probably saw is, going past command centers, like, outside, the prince at the bottom of my ramp, that's a terrible idea. So
yeah.
Against a build like this.
That's actually a very good point, Tasteless. If he had gone for just a lot of barracks, let's say, and his opponent does go the MMA style, a lot of Hellions, and sits at the bottom of the ramp, you're not getting down there. So the fact that he's teching up quickly, very, very smart by MVP, will make him able to do things like kill off Hellions, or even get a Viking to help out with any Banshees.
Yeah.
Banshee is on the way. No cloak, of course, because he never got that second gas.
He actually has 4 harvesters and gas.
Indeed, he does.
That's pretty bad by Byun. Just so you guys know, you never want 4 in your gas.
Yeah, it would have to be a custom map with the guys that are a little bit too far away. I think all pro maps, you just use 3. I do believe Tasteless.
Yeah, well, unless there's for some reason a gas that's like farther away.
I'm watching these SCVs, and absolutely there should only be 3 on there.
So a small blunder here by Byun. He hasn't noticed yet inside of his base.
It's one less SCV mine and minerals.
So of course a lot easier for us to spot that than for him as he's zipping around, the map. controlling locations.
It's stressful too, man. I mean, if he loses this, well, he's still in GSL, but he can't win. He can't place that highly. And he's just kind of middle of the road. Byun wants some higher finishes on his record.
Absolutely.
He got a second place in Code A. He's done okay in Code S so far, but nothing spectacular. And who is he if he doesn't want to be spectacular?
Now, you know, Zini already was in a similar position as Byun and managed to get out. Maybe Byun can do it this time. Now, he's going to have to control this Banshee perfectly. He is not getting Cloak.
Yep.
So, I mean, he has to kill some stuff off before the Viking comes out.
The Viking's going to be up pretty soon, too, so this Banshee not really going to be all that useful. Hellions and Blue Flame for both players on the way, by the way. I like that, actually, by both players.
And look at this. He pulls out. He sees the Viking should be out now, and it is.
Got his 3 kills.
And he leaves.
Time to flee.
And this is going to be a little bit of a difficult situation because the Viking might intercept the Banshee. Here we go.
Oh, it looks like it
nice
will.
Nice spotting.
Banshee slithers away.
Can't slither. It's flying.
You can slither in the air.
No.
Oh, absolutely you can slither in the air.
What are you, a flying snake dragon?
Maybe. Maybe I am.
I can't actually. I thought.
What if you throw a snake in the air and he's trying to get away? He's slithering in the air.
It's called he's falling.
No, man. Not while you throw him upwards. Ah.
I don't know, Artosis.
The whole world just saw me get you. All right, well,
I'm surprised, by the way, that he didn't actually get the Banshee in that case. He got and saw it, but
in fact, the Banshee's coming back for more. Banshee's like, I'm not done yet.
I'm not done. You're going to kill me, not till I kill more blue stuff.
Well, we'll see about that, say the Marines.
And they do not miss.
Yes, we will. Oh! And the Viking wins. All right, so we do have 2 barracks for MVP and 2 factories. A lot more factories for Byun, though. He's going back.
Looks like MVP's going for factory style again. He's getting a factory with reactor add-on.
I'm interested that MVP. Okay, I think the 2 barracks were just a safety precaution while he teched up.
Yeah,
it looks like it was. I was like, I don't know, man. 2 barracks. What's going on here? But he's just flying them around. And Viking waiting for that dropship. Medevac's going to fly right into it, Tasteless.
Oh, he turns around.
Yep. Byun decides, no thank you, and at the same time,
Blue Flame Hellions.
Very nicely done. Sniping some SCVs out, but some Blue Flames up. MVP's coming down.
And the Hellions at least managed to survive. We can't say that much about the Medevac, but
yeah, Medevac's gone, man.
The fact that he at least kept those alive is pretty good.
MVP now going up with a ton of Hellions, and this is looking so much more like StarCraft 1 TVT now. I'm looking up at Byun's base. He has a siege tank and 2 Hellions. And this is the same situation. If you get a lot more Hellions while your opponent is going siege tanks, you're going to be able to go up, kill their Hellions off, then go after SCVs while the siege tank futilely tries to kill off your huge amount of units. So, really interesting the way that this TVT is shaping up, Taste. I'm liking it more and more.
More and more Hellions coming out here. MVP may opt to try to slip in there and take out some SCVs. Takes a scan and says, all right, let's do it.
And he's actually going to go after these as well, but the Hellions coming up from Byun, so he's got to be careful, spending so many shots.
Wow, I'm actually astounded that MVP just did it. That was actually the biggest blunder I've seen all day.
That was a huge blunder. He went up and he didn't realize that there were Hellions to the side, which is fine, but when the Hellions come up, don't keep attacking a siege tank. Run. Let your Marines take the brunt of that. Run away with your Hellions and just try to live to fight again another day. Don't just sacrifice everything. So now Byun has to be feeling really good, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's weird to see an MVP just walk in there and make a big blunder.
Yeah. Well, here come Byun Hellions down the middle of the map. Not going to show you that. Okay, there they are. They did kill off a Hellion on the way.
All right, well, one thing to note is that MVP is not going to have as good defense. He basically pissed away a bunch of Hellions for almost nothing, and now it looks like Byun is just going to go ahead and move in here. MVP with pretty good defense here, but I don't know if that's actually enough. SCV's not going to be able to repair this bunker while he retreats now, so they will.
And, well, Byun really overcommitting there. MVP going to have to pull back, though, as more siege tanks come down.
Now, as far as siege mode goes, it doesn't look like Byun actually has it yet. It just now finished upgrading, as I said that very second.
And he's just looking for position right now. I really like this. He might be able to siege some stuff up in the main base.
Ah, that's smart.
Depot's done, man.
This is Byun basically capitalizing on the fact that MVP made a big mistake. Now, MVP is actually pretty smart. Notice his buildings weren't put up there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, I thought he was going to go in there with the 2 Hellions.
He's quite aware of what's going on here.
Now, with these siege tanks, he can make it a lot more difficult to get out of the base.
Look at this, MVP getting some position on Byun for now.
He'll control that Zelnaga watchtower. I think Byun might have to pull out.
Yeah, looks like he will. Siege coming around. He does have air domination.
Uh-oh. Only one siege tank in front of each. Whoa, why did he do that?
Oh, okay. If you want to land and just snipe one off and then go repair,
okay.
I'll live with that.
I actually thought that was a mistake for a second when he did there. I was like, those are Vikings on the ground.
Well, yeah.
They die no matter what.
Doesn't matter what's fighting them, they lose.
It's like a probe. Viking just dies. The animation is so slow for when it lands, it takes off.
Another command center being made for MVP, as well as Byun. Byun's a little bit quicker. And Byun right now is up 141 to 118 supply. Same amount of SCVs.
So it's simply army size difference.
3 more siege tanks, 7 more Vikings, and 3 more aliens for Byun. That is actually
It's
so
also important to note that MVP only has 1 Viking.
Yes.
So that's like actually a huge difference.
In fact, he's making a Thor at this point, realizing that that's going to be one of the only ways to stop these opponent Vikings from really running the game. Of course, the Thor has such insane ground-to-air range that he can actually chase him away pretty well.
He's got to be careful. MVP's pushing forward here. But, you know, Byun does have a bigger army. And he lands here on top of the siege tanks.
Was this a good move or was it not? It looks like it was.
It was. They're just the Vikings. You know, they're not going to play a big role in that. Thor gets out. Byun wipes that out.
Byun very smart moves here.
And
really
look at this.
strategically winning.
MVP can't take that expansion now.
I tell you, man, that was a strategical victory right there.
Well, we don't see that used very often, and when it is used, we don't see that move used very effectively.
Yeah, you have to be very careful and really know when to attack siege tanks with unsiege tanks. He had enough units there, landed those Vikings. Perfectly done by Byun. Really keeps the bulk of his expensive units alive while erasing MVP's army. And MVP suddenly realizing he's not going to be the first, well, at least this season, he's not going to be the first player to 3 GSL championships.
Yeah, you know, it's really bad right now for MVP also because this gold base is now taken. So there's basically a few minutes time for MVP to basically act before Byun's economy is completely out of control. And note, Byun is already ahead by almost about 45 supply.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine, Tasteless, a universe in which Byun loses this game.
And, you know, it looks like he might go for another hard contain. We see a sensor tower coming up there, as well as a turret. So,
Byun likes what he likes.
yeah.
He has a style.
Oh, down here, the Hellions of Byun come in here.
No.
There's nothing to defend. All these SCVs will be killed, and all he has to do from there is leave.
In fact, he might even kill off the Hellions of MVP as well.
Wow.
Adding entry to entry. Ouch.
MVP just got rocked. And now look, he's actually going to slip around here and try to do a little push over here to the corner.
Oh,
saying,
boy.
I got more stuff than you. You can't be everywhere at once.
95 supply to 157. MVP trying to figure out if he can actually make anything happen here.
I don't think he can.
Yeah, you know what he's going to do is just make nothing but siege tanks and hope that for some reason Byun just attacks into them. Because that's really the only way it could work. If Byun unsiege everything just went in, then MVP might be able to cost-effectively kill them and get into some sort of position to come back. But that's literally what we're left at this point for comeback strategies. Byun has complete map control. He has a sensor tower that goes into MVP's units.
Yeah.
He has a gold base mining, as you see. Ouch.
Well, we always knew, everyone, since we watched Byun in Code A, back before he had our other commentators out here,
His strategy,
that, you know, he was a really smart
tactics,
guy.
Yeah. He outmaneuvers people a lot, outthinks them a little bit.
Oh, God, this is so scary. MVP is so boxed in. I feel bad. MVP is looking weaker and weaker in each GSL. Back before he was like an unstoppable force. Now
that's funny because I felt like first game he played really well, but yeah,
he did.
Since
but
then it's like, huh?
But he was playing against. I don't know. I mean, oh my God, he might even land the Vikings
this
again.
This will probably be GG here.
Yeah, that should be GG.
He's basically losing all his units. No way to ever break that siege line by Byun up there.
Yeah, Byun is way too good, man. And I like how Byun didn't expand right away during this. He's like, no, let me keep powering. There's no way he's going to do this.
No, Byun wants
he's only just now taking one. That's pretty late. Normally you see somebody take a gold base and then try to expand later. He's saying no. And here comes the final attack here.
Sending out the rest of his units to die. Byun has way, way more, over 100 more supply at the moment.
74 supply to 174, so literally over 100. Lands the Vikings, eats up the tanks. Jeez, man.
Like 80, 90 more supply right now for Byun. Now he will just attack and move in because there's like nothing left for MVP. He's got
he could just start smothering his opponent with these siege tanks here.
He could send his SCVs at this point. And
all right,
that's going to be it.
Expect GG, guys. Probably at some point in time when a random mule is landed from MVP. There it is, GG.
Did not even have a mule to land.
He did not.
Nothing left for the Terrans two-time GSL
Well, look at Byun, man.
Yeah.
I did it. Yes. Byun is the winner there. MVP just outclassed.
Yeah, this is really weird, man. The two players that you expected to be in the bottom two spots and the two players you expected the top two spots, they switched places.
And you can see MVP sort of in a troubled state as he's saying, well, I got to, once again, not, get to compete at the level I expected or everybody else expected me to do.
At least it's not up and down matches like his buddy Marine King Prime.
Oh, yeah. At least that.
Byun is so happy, man. He is just wiggly and jiggly with excitement.
Well, he should be. I mean, he deserves.
He deserved his water earlier.
He almost should have beaten Xenio. There was that one bad attack. I mean, everybody had a hard time against Byun today. I think it's quite true. Oh, the four of these guys are all sort of nodding their heads and saying, whoa, this guy is actually a real threat.
Yeah. And I tell you what, man, everyone in the world just got their bets for this wrong.
Yeah, no kidding.
I bet not even Byun and Xenio thought it would happen like this.
Well, quite your first half of today's games. We're not done yet, of course. We have more games to commentate still. We're going to have, I think it might be around a 10-minute break.
Yeah.
Maybe shorter. So, and let's take a look here at the results of today. As you can see, two players advance to the round of 16. MVP stays in Codas, so we will see him in the next Codas match. And then, of course, SC Foyu has to go to up and down.
Yeah.
So he has the risk of potentially plummeting into Code A like so many other players who have
I think
had
he'll be
such
fine,
success.
though. I'm going to go with him being fine. SC is a beast. And I think that he actually, in some of his games, he played quite well. I really liked his play in the first game that he lost.
It was a good game. It was a really good game.
Yeah.
It's funny, actually, how one-sided the Terran versus Terrans were coming from Byun. I didn't
Byun
expect
played
that.
very well.
In both the game with SC and the game with MVP, it was like
things just went totally out of control for MVP after he lost all those Hellions for nothing. He's just like attacking a siege tank, which makes sense because he's like, oh wait, you have no Hellions? Oh, maybe you just try to go only siege tanks.
He has to have something if he doesn't have those siege tanks. I mean, it's not like he just happens to have
he could have even run after that and try to get some sort of good positioning down your secret hallway.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. We're going to go have a 10-minute break, so don't go too far away. Or 2-minute break, excuse me. So it's going to be, much more awesome games here for the start of Codas. I am Tasis, with me as Artosis, and we'll be back soon here at the GSL. And I guess we're not going to close it out yet.
You dropped
All right, now we're going to close it out. Sorry. All right, see you soon, guys.